All right, here we go. The most entertaining segment on the radio today, the 5 must-hear stories on your drive home. This is the Daily Download.
The Daily Download. The Daily Download. Daily Download. With Mac and Gatos. The biggest stories now. 5.
So is the recession over? Job creation in Phoenix is high. Unemployment dropped dramatically.
Yeah, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, Phoenix ranks 6th in the nation as far as new jobs created in the past year, but we keep hearing people aren't at work. They're not going to work.
Well, we don't have many construction jobs, really. I know that, the highways are all torn up and they close everything down on the weekends. It drives us nuts.
Right.
But, I don't know. Phoenix ranking 6th in the nation for new jobs created. I think the other thing we have to remember is, wasn't there another study that said Phoenix's budget is actually not in the red? That's pretty good.
That's really good.
Am I going to have to give Phil Gordon credit? Because he's kind of a goofball.
That's a great point. Why isn't Phil Gordon coming out and going, hey, look, we're 6th in the nation as far as job creation. We haven't heard anything about this.
But it's only 31,000 jobs, and that's not very good. That's
but
not a lot of jobs, but it's better than some of the other cities.
I was going to say, it ranks 6th in the nation. I'll take the 6 instead of the 31,000.
No, and Houston was number 1 in new jobs created in the past year. They've added twice as many as Phoenix.
Right. But unemployment fell sharply last week. That's an encouraging sign.
Just a week, though. It's just 1 week. It's not that big a deal.
Exactly.
If we don't see the unemployment rate go down, a couple points here over the next year, we're still in huge trouble.
It's still bad.
4.
A vaccine may be able to turn HIV into just a minor infection.
This is unbelievable. I remember the show that Oprah Winfrey did 20 or 30, 40, I'm only 38, so it wasn't 40 years ago.
It wasn't that long.
25 years ago, when she was talking to people who had AIDS, and the people were worried that, oh my goodness, this guy who has AIDS got in the pool with a bunch of kids?
Right.
See, that's okay.
And remember
we
when...
didn't know that all those time ago, and now they're saying, hey, a vaccine might turn it into a cold. This is unbelievable.
Remember when Magic Johnson announced that he had HIV, and everybody thought that was a death sentence. No. Magic Johnson would be around maybe another year or two before he succumbed to full-blown AIDS. He is living a quality of life.
It's fine.
It's amazing.
He is, and again, it's how far they've come, with HIV.
Right.
If you have HIV and it doesn't turn into AIDS, you're going to be fine.
Right.
And a lot of people are on these cocktails that are unbelievable, and they suppress the disease. But again, AIDS and HIV and a cure, they're a long ways away. But there's a possible vaccine that shows some promise. But the question is, will you go out and get a vaccine? If you're 50 years old and married, you going to go get an AIDS vaccine? Probably not.
Probably
you're
not.
21 and going to college? Are you going to get one?
But there is light at the end of this tunnel, though. That's
I think so, too. I agree.
3.
So Twitter tracked your moods, finds out which time of day you're happiest.
Yeah, this is kind of scary. Twitter is so big, and so many people are using it that they actually track words and track your feelings and mood during the day. So they say that mornings are when we're happiest.
Yeah, but it wasn't Twitter that did it. It was a group of researchers that tracked about, I don't know how many, 2.5 million tweets.
I'm sorry, you're right.
Right.
But Twitter is so big and so many people use it that it's a good way to to figure out the mood of people, the mood of certain sections of the country, if you can track down. It's almost like Facebook, how much information Facebook has.
Why are people happy in the morning? I'm not happy in the morning.
Because you're optimistic.
No, you're not. You're like, oh, crap, I got to wake up.
Nothing's ruined your day yet, except the alarm clock.
Right.
I'm happiest between 3 and 7. 3 and 7.
Is that your morning? Are you?
No, it's not my morning. I'm not happy in the morning. I get up, I'm like, I got to go do this all over again.
Like Groundhog Day?
Yeah, like Groundhog Day. The
Bill Murray movie?
Yeah, the Bill Murray movie.
The patterns are consistent across the globe despite widely varying cultures and religions. Jamie, I think you hit on it.
I think so, too.
You're in a better mood because it's a new day and nothing's really slammed you upside
Nothing's
the wall
ruined it yet.
No one's crapped in your cereal.
That's right. So Twitter is tracking the world's mood, not just your own mood.
Wow, that was so eloquent of me, what I just said.
No one's crapped in your cereal?
Yeah, that was good.
That was good.
2.
Prostitution is upsetting the cops, so they're offering an alternative.
Yes, you can move in with Mac Watson.
What?
I tease.
I did not know this was announced. They didn't contact me.
Phoenix.
I'll have to make the spare guest room better.
Phoenix hookers are offered rehab over jail time. So here's the deal. These cops are seeing the same prostitutes on the streets every couple nights.
Right.
So what happens is they arrest them, they go to jail for a day, they get out, they go right back on the street. So, I think there are two things working here. Number one, well, we don't have the room in jail anymore. That could be it.
Right.
And number two, and maybe it costs less. It costs more to jail. So they want to get them out of jail.
And they
Number
also
two,
want them to recover.
Yeah, maybe if they go and recover, maybe these prostitutes are on drugs, especially the one I'm looking at in this picture.
Yeah, not
haunting,
good.
by the way.
Not good.
I feel bad for this woman. So, I'd like to see, this woman get any
shot?
other job than this, walking the streets, and maybe she has a drug problem. It looks like she has a drug problem.
And what we hit on before about Groundhog Day, if you keep repeating, you'll never get yourself out of a situation if you keep going back to jail, keep going back to prostitution.
Right.
They're offering a different way of life, a different path.
Because maybe some people are paying these prostitutes not in just cash, but in heroin.
In drugs, yeah.
In drugs.
Right.
And they're totally hooked on it, and they can't get better, so maybe rehab is better than jail.
Like a bad Groundhog Day.
1.
The Pentagon bombing plot with remote control planes.
All right, so here's the story. You got a 26-year-old American, and he is in front of a federal grand jury indicted on terror charges. He wanted to blow up parts of the Pentagon. He doesn't like the United States of America. He was born here. And he started to get, jihadicized, or whatever you want to say it, online. So the feds kind of found out about this, and they played the role of Al-Qaeda. They said, okay, hi, Mr. Terrorist guy, you're 26, they didn't say we're the feds. We said we're Al-Qaeda, we'll help you. And so this kid, this 26-year-old said, okay. So the Pentagon, or the feds gave him all these, what was it, a couple grenades.
They gave him some grenades, and they kept, I don't want to say
giving
push.
him small arms.
Right. But they didn't push him. But they certainly just didn't arrest him once he said, I want to do this to America. I want to perform a terrorist act.
Right.
No. They got him to the point where he could be arrested and charged not with conspiracy, but attempted terrorism. But at the same time, did he put anybody in jeopardy? What if he had used the grenades, or what if he had tested something and it gone horribly wrong?
Yeah, but I think the feds were all over this guy. And a lot of people say this is entrapment. It's awful. I can't believe. Oh, bull. You know what? Anwar al-Awlaki was born in New Mexico. He's one of the biggest terrorists in Yemen right now. Let's stop him before they actually get to that point.
That'll do it. The Daily Download for, once again, another successful broadcast at 5 o'clock. The 5 biggest stories of the day. You get to hear it right here on News Talk 92.3 KTAR.